Hello, I'm Robert, your Computer Concepts instructor at CIT-15 class at Fresno City College. This is just an overview of some of your first week information. You'll see in the announcements area on Blackboard, I've noted a couple documents you should be reading, the course outline and course information document. In the course documents area, which is right over here to the left on Blackboard, so I'll go ahead and go there and I'll open up the first one, the course outline. You'll see it's a PDF file which includes some basic class information, office hours, Tuesday, Thursday to 8:50, Friday by email, my email address, my phone number. You have a couple of different ways to reach me. And then we have an outline of how the course is laid out. For January, you see through the 31st, we have Chapter 1 and Chapter 14, and then a quiz on that. That quiz needs to be taken by January 31st by 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. If you have any trouble setting up my IT lab, this is the tech support number that you'll need to call. And then you'll see in January from the 1st, rather for February, from the 1st to the 28th, we have 4 chapters we're going to cover, 2 through 5, and we'll have a quiz on those 4 chapters. Quiz 2, we'll have a hands-on word test, and then word assessments. Again, those are from my IT lab. That'll be your lab assignments. And again, they're due right before midnight on February 28th. So that's the course outline. This is the course information document. So these are both PDF files, so you'll need Adobe Reader to read them, and that's free. A little review of this course title, office hours again, a little easier to read perhaps, my email address and phone number. You'll have information for obtaining your student ID for my IT lab, and there's a link, place to register, and then you have the course ID. Once you pay for my IT lab, you'll need to register into this course. And for this particular class, and this class is section number 33000, this is the course ID. For my other online class, the course ID is a little different. The numbers vary. This again is tech support. This is tech support for Blackboard. Information about, which is quite exciting, Office 365, which you get free on this page. Required textbooks. It's the Computers Are Your Future, 12th edition comprehensive. And it's included. There's an ebook included in my IT lab. You do not need to buy the paperback version. That is optional. This is the Fresno City College phone number for the bookstore. What other things do you need for an online class? Well, you need a computer, a Mac or PC. You need high-speed internet. That would be Comcast or AT&T-Uverse. You'll need Office 2013, which I've given you a link to get that for free. 2010 will work. 2013 works better. And I'll let you read the rest of the attendance information. So that's all in the course documents area. Take a look at those 2 items, the course outline and course information. You'll need a Fresno City College email address, and this is a link to get it. You'll need my IT lab for Office 2013. It comes in several other versions, some older versions. We're using the most recent, and that's the link for that. So to register, you'll need your student email. You'll need to purchase an access code, and of course this is the course ID to enroll in this class once you buy it. You'll need to use Chrome as your browser for my IT lab. It works best in Chrome, so here's the link to get it. You'll want to get Office 2013. It's quite exciting that you actually get to buy it, or actually you get it and you don't have to pay for it, but you get to put it on 5 different devices. It could be iPads, Windows PC, Mac PCs. It's quite nice that they've come through and they've offered that for you now. Again, a PC with broadband, or Mac with broadband means fast internet access. Something maybe new for you in this class is that I have weekly discussion comments, and you need to post on those discussion threads every week. That is how I take attendance. You'll need to make sure you get my IT lab and register. Log into Blackboard and put your first post by, I said Wednesday this week. If you get it done by Friday, that would just be grand. So let me go into the discussion board and show you what that looks like. There's a a thread or a link for every week, and every week has a different topic. So the first one is the coffee shop area, and that's where you can post, just like it says, general questions. If you have some questions, then your fellow classmates can perhaps look at your question and my answer, or jump in and answer. Week 1 is your introduction. All right, so you'll actually click on a link and then you'll add a post for your introduction, who you are, why you're taking the class, and so forth. Then next week we have the topic is your favorite technology item, cell phone, TV, whatever it might be. Maybe it's a typewriter, so you'll pick that. So that's what that is on the discussion board. And I think that's it. So now let me go to my IT Lab. It's myitlab.com. It'll redirect it to Pearson Labs. What you'll need to do the first time is actually register as a student, right? And it says here you need an email, you need a course ID. I've given you that on the front page. I've given you that right here, okay? And then you'll need an access code, and to get that you'll need to buy it. So we'll go ahead and register Office 2013, the top link. And here's where you put in that course ID, and then you get started from there and enter your information. When you get in, it'll look like this, and we're now into my IT Lab, and this is where over 90% of our activities take place. I'm in the student view. You'll look at kind of a folder view here. The first one is, again, that course outline and information document right there for you. Course materials, this is where the PowerPoints are. I'll go ahead and go into it. For each chapter, you can look at that. Let me go back one link. And also some visual basic materials for the end of the semester. Course quizzes are here. You won't see anything yet because they're not visible. This is your textbook. Computers are your future. And if you click on this link, you'll actually see your textbook online. I'll let you do that. This is your Windows material. There's training, and then there's an assessment you need to go through. So take a look at that. This is Word. So this is the part I really need to focus on. Once we get into February, there'll be 2 folders for each month, a training and assessment. For February, it's Word, and Word has 4 chapters of training material. I'll go ahead and launch one so you can see it. And actually the screen, it's loading up, and it's now loaded, and it looks like the screen's cutting off a little bit here. Let me move it. Let me move it to this edge. You'll see these are the directions. Start Microsoft Word 2013, begin a blank document. Right here are the learning aids, and what that is the ability to read, how to do this task, to watch and see it practiced, and also the practice where you kind of do it step by step. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of that now. I'm going to leave this page, and I'm going to go to the assessments. And the difference here, in looking at the assessments, I'll let this load up. Let me slide this to the side. There are no learning aids, right? They're gone. There's no show me how to do something and view it and so forth. So the idea is you'll take the training, learn how to do the task, and then come over to the assessment and take it. Now you may get to a point midway through it, maybe when we get to chapter 2, 3, or 4 in Word, and realize there's something you don't remember how to do. So at that point I would expect you to save it, save for later, and get out of the assessment. Let me back up to the Word folder and go into the training and go relearn how to do that specific task. All right, so the idea is the flow of this would be you take the training, chapter 1 for Word. When we get into February, in March and April we get into Excel and Access, but for February we're going to do Word, and then take the assessment right after that for chapter 1. Then progress to chapter 2 for Word training, and then to do chapter 2 assessment. So I hope that makes sense. That's kind of how that would work. Let me go back to the course materials, and down here at the bottom, and again, so Word is for February. We're going to do Excel in March and Access in April. PowerPoints, we'll talk about that a little later. These are the hands-on tests. So we have a Word, Excel, and Access lab tests in these folders. Here they are. And I'm going to back out of this. And then the final exam, which is hopefully empty. This should not be available yet. That's for Access. So that's my IT lab. I'm going to go back to the main start of this. It's all folder based. I try to separate things into topics for the month, so hopefully that makes sense. So the bulk of your activity will be here. So going back to Blackboard, what is it we need Blackboard for? Well, remember there are weekly discussion topics, and that's how I take attendance. So you'll need to go into, if I were to test, you would probably say discussion board, right? And you would guess right, and in that you'll see the weekly topics. So you'll be in Blackboard once a week. I will post announcements in Blackboard. If you're using, and you should be using your student email, you'll get a copy of that announcement sent to your email. And here are some convenient links for you to kind of get started. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, call me or email me, or go to the discussion board to the coffee shop area and post a question so everybody can see it. All right. I'll see you on the web. Bye-bye.